Welcome back to Fantasy Dad Duo, the only fantasy football podcast where we spend 3 hours researching rookie running backs and 30 seconds deciding whether our kid could eat crackers off the floor. Jeff, how you doing tonight? I didn't record. We made it 10 minutes into our first podcast. I didn't record shit. Welcome to the show. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, guys? Yeah, you know that shit happens sometimes. There's technical difficulties that just last week it was my light, this week it's the fucking, recording. How did we not see that red bar at the top? Who the fuck knows, guys, but we're here to fucking play. So let's start right off with a bang. I will tell you the story that fucked me up for this week. So this week I realized that my daughter is not just going to terrorize my wife with dad all day long, talking about me when I'm at work, talking about me when I'm on whatever it is. If I'm not home, she's talking about me. I'm the greatest thing in the world. It's just dad all the time. That's who they talk about on their walks. That's who they talk about during breakfast and lunch. It's great. Dad has the best. Well, today, folks, let me tell you something. I sat down with her. We were getting ready to have a little one of those vegetable pouches for dinner, and man, oh man, she looked me right in the eye, and I said, "Dad, dad, dad, dad," and then she said, "Mama," and smiled and laughed and gave me that little afterwards, and it killed me right down to my core. It cut right through my soul. I was like, "Damn." Now I know how it feels, and I will never laugh or giggle about it again.
Yeah, that's the affection seesaw that you have with kids. The 1 month it'll be dad, 1 month it'll be dad. Yeah, I know. In 1 month it'll be mom, and right now my daughter's on everything's dad. She runs to me. It's like I need to go potty. It's like, okay, mommy will take you. It's like, no, daddy. I'm like, yes, but I know that'll change soon.
No terrible twos. No terrible twos.
We have our moments.
Everybody calls the terrible two something different too. I never really noticed that, but I was talking to my boss today. He's got an almost 3-year-old or is 3-year-old. Oh shit! These are the things I should know. Sorry, Nick. I apologize. I highly apologize. His daughter is definitely. I think she's almost 3. She's got to be almost 3. He was like, yeah, she's definitely in her terrible twos, but he called it something different. Everybody mentions it in a different manner.
Yeah, I also like everybody thinks there's a different age that's the worst. It's like terrible twos, 3-nager, 4-NATO. So it's like everybody has a different age that they say is the worst. And
yeah, it's
two and a half. My daughter's 2.5. It's been the best age by a million miles so far.
Yeah. If you get 15 parents in the room, each one of them is going to call a different age something. It's just awesome. The minute you get parents talking and everybody wants to talk about their kids, it's absolutely amazing.
It's the best. Yeah, and I love seeing those pictures. I know I'm like one of those annoying people who's like, hey, look what my daughter did. Look, she stacked blocks. Guys, is she a genius or what?
Is it bad if I'm like, guys, the shit that my daughter took the other day, oh my God, it's terrible. I go to work and I'm like, holy crap, she's definitely my daughter.
You know what's funny, Jeff, is you were bragging about the shits you took before you had a daughter, so nothing really has changed.
It's in the same line, brother, same line.
Let's get into episode 11. We're in double digits. Jesus, this time flies.
A little bit today of an applaud there.
Yeah. I actually have an applause button. I'll use it next time. Today we're talking breakouts. We're going to do some fantasy would you rather, and then we'll do predictions as always.
As always,
we made it through our first 2 breakouts in our non-recorded take of this, so hopefully it goes even smoother, but we'll see. My first breakout is going to be Bo Nix. In a lot of ways, Bo Nix has already broken out. He had 2 really good seasons, his rookie year and his sophomore year. He threw for 3,700 yards, 29 touchdowns his rookie year. He threw for 3,925 his sophomore year. I only see like a modest step forward to over 4,000 and 31 touchdowns, but I think that's enough to catapult him into like the top 5 or 6 fantasy quarterbacks. And he does it in such like a consistent manner. I think people are going to be drafting him right after those like Josh Allen's, Drake May's.
Well,
I know Drake.
We know one person. We know one person that's going to draft him right after the Josh Allens.
Yes, I have a verbal confirmation that Alex has taken him in the 4th round. We'll see if he stands by his word, but that's a bit early. But maybe not. You know, if my prediction's right, if he does have another mini breakout, because he broke out his rookie year too.
I don't know if I wouldn't call it a mini breakout. I do see him in the version that we did where we were not recording. I did say I see him between 4,100 and 4,300 passing yards. I'd like to see him, and I mean, rookie season, 29 touchdowns, fantastic, loved it. He was fucking great to watch. I would like to see him in that, I want to say 35 to 40 range because I do think he's very capable. But if he's in that 35 to 40 range, he's got to be like young Aaron Rodgers, who's only thrown like 2 to 7 interceptions.
Yeah, that would be a massive step forward.
If we have, I don't mean to cut you off, but I did mean to cut you off. I did mean to fuck you, Jack.
Hey, fuck you. I'm still going. They added Jalen Waddle, and that's a no nonsense ad, right? Because it's like their number one last year was Courtland Sutton, who's he's no schlub.
Are you going to shit on Courtland Sutton right now? You out of all people are going to shit on Courtland Sutton.
He's no.
Oh no, wait. Jerry Jeudy was your Broncos guy, and he's on the Browns now, so you fucking hate him because they don't have a quarterback according to you. But that's fine. No big deal.
Courtland Sutton is a good receiver, but he's even better as a number 2. And Jalen Waddle, he makes that room better. Troy Franklin is no joke. Pat Bryant is decent. They have what's his name? Mims.
He shines when he needs to. Pat Bryant definitely does do some shining when he needs to.
It's a deep wide receiver room that they just added like top end talent to. So as long as Waddle comes in and is no joke, I mean, like that and by itself should take Bo Nix to the next level. Sorry, go ahead. Now you can cut me off.
I don't even know what the fuck I was going to say before. I got so excited when you cut me back off. I forgot everything I wanted to say. To be honest with you, even if he didn't have Waddle, even if he did not now, do I think Waddle is the guy that could bump him up over that 35 touchdowns? 100%. If he has a season that's 3/4 as good as a season with him and the Dolphins without Tyreek Hill, I do think he would be that guy that bumps him up over that 35 touchdowns. I just think that team is like, there's now great. They won last year. They had a great playoff until was it an ankle he broke, a leg he broke? What the fuck
I think
happened
it was his ankle. I think he broke his ankle.
Celebration that happened. It was his ankle that he broke. All right, so we'll say it was something in his leg that he broke because I don't want anybody to fucking come after me. Nobody's coming after me. Fuck you. Anyways, so something in his leg that he broke. I think he's going to come back this season and he's going to make that look like a complete fucking joke because if Waddle bumps him up over that 35 touchdown range and he has less than 10 interceptions this year, more than 400 rushing yards, more than 5 rushing touchdowns, that puts him right in the fucking conversation next year in those top 3 rounds.
Yeah, I think
for fantasy, he's not going to get redrafted somehow.
I think like for, reasonably he will be behind Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. And I know you don't agree with Drake May, but I do. So
you gotta throw Lamar's name in there too because everybody's waiting for it.
I'll throw Lamar in there.
May at 3, if you're putting him at fucking 3, out of all people to put at 3, if you're gonna put Drake fucking May at 3, you gotta throw Lamar Jackson in there at 4. I'll give you Drake Lamar May at 3.
I won't be the one drafting Lamar, but other people will.
Oh my God, you make me want to like roll my eyes. Like, what the fuck, man? What? That's you know what? We're gonna put the fucking Band-Aid on that wound. We'll open that back up later. Let's continue talking about our boy Bo Nix. Jesus.
Anyways, I love the guy and he's got a little Baker Mayfield in him. He's like his teammates love playing for him. He's like, he loves football. He's a dog. He like gets his team riled up. He gets his team rallied behind them. So I see him taking a step and he's one of my breakouts. Let's go to your first breakout, Jeff.
Ashton Jeanty, baby. He's my fucking number one breakout. I'll put him at the top of my list. The reason why I have him now, all right, so he had a fucking almost record-breaking senior year in college, right? Or did he break a record?
He was darn close if he didn't break it. I think he rushed for like 2,600 yards, right?
He fucking went off. Yeah, he had a great season. It was amazing to watch. And then he came on to the fucking Raiders, and I don't think so. Him being on the Raiders when he got onto the Raiders did not put him in a bad spot. Were the Raiders a bad team? Terrible. Was their offensive line great? No, it was trash. There are high school teams that probably looked at how bad their offensive line was last year and was like, this is what we're not going to do. It was a great description of how to not fucking have your offensive line look. But so, excuse me. He was put in a good spot, though, because the only offensive guy that they had was Brock Bowers. He was the only guy that they fucking had that was going to produce any offense for the Las Vegas Raiders last season. Only guy. And that's through the fucking passing game that he who must not be named fucking dropped the ball on anyways. I said before when we weren't recording that I will always call him he who must not be named. So if you did not watch any of the earlier fucking podcasts, I'm sorry, but you're never going to hear his name come out of my mouth. He's like Beetlejuice. He might pop out of nowhere. You never know. He's on the Jets now, if that gives you any further notice as to who it is. But, Jay, I'm sorry. Fuck you. You guys don't know how to get good quarterbacks anyways. It's Mark Sanchez, but he likes to stab people now, but we're not going to talk about that. So
my favorite part about Mark Sanchez, I'm taking this one for a second, is he was starting trouble with the truck delivery guy that he ended up getting stabbed by was like 70 years old, and he lost a fight to him. I mean, you're a pro football player. Look,
he made it to 2 fucking championship games in a row.
At least win the fight, Mark Sanchez. Jesus, come on. So
back to our boy Gene T, though. So what I'll say is that I think when he started on the Raiders, he was put in a good spot because he was their number 2 on the offensive side of the ball. Right off the rip. Right when he got drafted by the Raiders in the first round, he got put as the number 2 offensive guy on the offensive side of the ball. That is a fucking amazing position for anybody to be in. Anybody. The fact that, I mean, between games like 5 and 12 last year, we saw flashes of how good he could be and how good he probably was if he was actually utilized the way that he should have been. He's a 25 to 30 touches a game guy. The fact that he wasn't getting those on average 25 to 30. Now, granted, that is a lot. That's a lot for anybody. But he's that guy.
Yeah, Ashton Jeanty, I mean, he gets better the more you put the ball in his hands. He beats up defenses. He has those breakaway runs. One thing people don't talk about a lot is like last year he caught 5 touchdowns. So
he's got those hands that move, baby. He's got those fucking hands that move, baby.
Hands that move.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Great content that is just deleted forever. So he's so
sad.
Yeah, he hammers the ball, he catches the ball, and one of my favorite stats is his average yards before contact last year was negative. So that offensive line was so bad that his average run he was getting hit behind the line. They went out and got the best center in football, Lindenbaum, and Pro Football Focus has him rated as like the 18th best or 18th worst, whatever, middle of the pack offensive line going into next year. So they made
last year.
They had 32nd.
Step up.
So they're getting a massive step up. You know, they're going from worst in the league to the halfway point. So, people forget that Jeanty rushed for just under 1,000 yards too. So it's like he was an RB1.
I had him last year in fantasy. He was as far as a football fan goes, it was kind of an unforgettable season for him, and I'm sure he would like to put it behind him, but it was his rookie season, so it's gonna leave a little bit of a mark on him. But that's something for him to build off of. And if he comes out fucking running this year, I think we're looking at a guy that could, on average, for 6 or 7 seasons in a row, push himself to 1,300 to 1,600 yards and 10 plus touchdowns for 6 to 7 seasons in a row. And that is fucking saying something if he ends up being the guy that's like a Derrick Henry, 25 plus touches a game.
There's a legitimate chance that we're drafting him in the top 4 picks next year.
It could fucking him. It could definitely fucking happen. I'd like to see it get there because I'm a true believer that I think he's somebody that's going to go above and beyond.
Yeah, I mean, he's fun. He's definitely fun to watch because he plays like hard-nosed football. All right, my next guy, and I've talked a lot about some of my breakout running backs already. I've talked about Omarion and Gene T and RJ Harvey. So I want to go with somebody who I, haven't talked really at all about, and that's Kyle Monangai. He had just under 800 yards last year, so he was productive. But the main knocks against him are he's behind DeAndre Swift, who a lot of people like.
A lot of people like him.
And he's a 7th round rookie. And 7th round rookies, whether you like it or not, they typically do not have long careers in the NFL. Even if they're productive.
What am I going to say?
What are you going to say?
What am I going to say that comes after that? We can't. It's Scadaboo's my fucking guy. He's a 5th rounder from last year. 5th rounder from last year. You can't fucking count him out. On the average, I'll give you on the fucking average, and this has come up more than once, and it's going to come up again. On the average, they don't normally have long careers, but
they exist.
Correct.
Arian Foster, a Hall of Famer, was a 6th rounder, I believe. They exist, so I'm not counting them out entirely.
Correct.
I think the main reason I see him as a breakout is he's in a fantastic offense. I think we all see the Ben Johnson Bears as being a great offense.
God, yes, dude. Of course.
And we've seen him carry the workload when DeAndre Swift is hurt. That's a big aspect because, if he was just a power back, we wouldn't have seen those other aspects of his game.
All right. So last year, Swift had 223 attempts.
Yep.
Monangai had 169 attempts. Swift had 1,087 with 9 touchdowns. And Monangai had 783 with 5 touchdowns. And that's all while Caleb Williams had 388 with 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, they ran the heck out of the ball. They were really good on the ground. I see Monangai taking another step and really taking that goal line work and making those carries get.
He's going to become a Charbonnet guy.
I could see him kind of being a Charbonnet to Swift's Ken Walker.
I can't argue with that. I really can't argue with that. With the way that last season went with the Bears, having 2 running backs on your fucking team that can both easily, oh my God, I'll even start back at this. If you're the number 2 running back on a team and you're getting over fucking 700 yards in one season, while your number 1, you're the RB2, and your RB1 is getting over 1,000 yards in a season, you can fucking rush for 1,000 yards. That's one game.
Easily.
That's one game.
If DeAndre Swift blows out I don't want anybody to get hurt. If he blows out his ACL in the preseason, Kyle Monangai will rush for 1,200 yards.
Number 1, I love Swift, so I also hope that does not happen.
Yeah, but I don't want anybody to get hurt.
You know what I would love to see?
Besides
I
Geno
would love
Smith,
to see.
I'm
Hugh must not be
I'm
fucking
joking.
named, brother. Hugh must not be fucking named. So what I love to see the Bears. Now, Bears. I'm not a Bears fan. I'm a Giants fan. But I would love to see the Bears come out next year and have a season where they have 2 running backs with over 1,000 yards. That would be fucking amazing. I'm a Caleb Williams guy, so that would kill my fucking Caleb Williams dreams.
I don't think so.
But it could kill your Caleb Williams dream. But I would love to see it fucking happen anyways, because when was the last time that we saw that happen? This is not something I thought was going to come up in the podcast tonight, so it's not something that I've researched beforehand.
Yeah, I have statted out. I have both of them under 1,000 yards.
What do you got? Give me the numbers.
I have 902 for Swift and 844 for Monangai.
Okay, 902 and 844.
Yeah, they're damn close.
That's less than a fucking game.
Yep,
for both of them.
And I have Caleb throwing for almost 4,200 yards. So that would be like 300 more than he had last year. Maybe about 200 more than he had last year.
Yeah. All right. So what do you have him statted out for rushing as well, though? Because now I got to hear that.
I have him for 374. So similar to last year.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say over 500, and I was going to be like, that's a fucking great rushing year again for the Bears. Like,
yeah, Caleb's. I said this maybe on our first podcast. Caleb's the type of guy that if he wanted to rush for like 700-800 yards, he could. But that's just not what he wants to do. He wants to be creative in the pocket. He wants to throw downfield. So
he's putting it. It looks like now. I don't want to be the guy that fucking says something great about a player and then he fucking disappears the year after that, because I did the same thing with fucking Tim Tebow when he was on the fucking Broncos, and it fucking tore my heart out when they fucking got rid of him the year after. But I see Caleb Williams putting his fucking name on that team because he wants to be the Bears. Love it. I think it's great. I hope he fucking does well with them. I'd love.
Do you know who I have ranked above Lamar Jackson, Jeff?
You're gonna say Caleb Williams?
Caleb Williams.
I'll respect that. I will. I won't respect the Drake May though, you fucker. Anyways.
All right, take it.
We're taking it from my next guy. My number 2. I kind of bounced between my number 2 and my number 3 because my number 3, I fucking bring him up way too much. And I talk about him so often. He hasn't played a fucking game in the NFL yet. But so we're going to talk about my number 2. My number 2 breakout player this year is Parker Washington.
Do you see Parker being the number 1 guy on the Jags?
I don't.
Okay. So I'll let you give your spiel. Go for it.
Okay. So I don't. Now, if I had said that I thought Parker Washington could be the number 1, everybody else would have fucking come down on me like a fucking tidal wave. I think the fact that he had a great year, he had a good year last year. He proved that he's a player that's here to fucking play. He proved himself. He wants to prove himself again. He got a taste of what it feels like to actually get more targets than what you're originally assumed worth per game. And he did something with those targets when he fucking got them. Now, do I think he's going to come out and he's going to take BTJ out? No. But what I do think, because I think BTJ is coming off a fucking bad year and he wants to get fucking hot again, I don't think he's going red hot. I think BTJ is going white hot this year. I think he's going to take right the fuck off. I'm also a big BTJ guy, but I'd like to see Parker Washington get very, very fucking close, because do I think the Jaguars need a fucking year where they can make the playoffs again with at least 2 to 3 guys that can get near 1,000 receiving yards? Yes, I do. I would like to see the Jags have 3 guys all within 700 and 1,300 yards this year for receiving yards. And I think Parker Washington could take that 800 to 1,000 range. I really do. And what did he have last year? Do you have that number up?
Yeah, he had 865 and 5.
Let's put him in for 950 and 8 this year.
Okay, so that's a sizable step up, and
it's a full game step up. And that being said, I think he's just, how many receptions did he have last year?
Filibust for me.
What?
He had, I said filibust for me. You got to fill he had 58 receptions.
Okay, so he's probably going to be around the same. 58 to 65 is where I would put him. So if he has, let's put him at 63 receptions with 990 yards and 9 touchdowns. To me, that's a breakout year because he's taking another moderately big step forward from where nobody thought he was going to do anything the year before. I think I think he's a guy that's proving that team to be a lot more dangerous than everybody thought they were. I mean, Trevor Lawrence he's going to take off. Trevor Lawrence is going to be another one of those guys that in 2 years everybody's looking at him in the first fucking 3 rounds.
You know, we had this conversation a few weeks ago, and I said it sounds like you're going to draft a lot of Trevor Lawrence, and it's because you really love this Jaguars receiving core. You love BTJ, you love Parker Washington. I don't know how you feel about Jacoby Myers, Travis Hunter, Brenton Strange.
Adding Jacoby Myers to the mix is just giving him another guy that can get that 800 to 1,300 range.
I don't think he's getting 1,300, but 800 for sure.
Well, I'm putting 1,300 in there because if BTJ actually goes white hot, if BTJ goes white hot, I do think BTJ is capable of greatness. That's all I'm going to say. He's my guy. He's been my guy since his senior year in college. I called him his fucking rookie season, and once it hit, my dick was hard for the rest of the year. So I'm good with BTJ. I'll hold on to him. I'll white knuckle him. I think he's going to go white hot. If it's not this year, it's next year. If it's not next year, it's the year after. It's going to happen.
So for me, Trevor Lawrence loves throwing over the middle. He loves like his first quick read. If it's not there, he takes off. So I have some concerns about BTJ. And I actually have some concerns about Parker Washington too. I think a lot of the work is going to go to Travis Hunter and Jacoby Myers. I think it's kind of going to, and even Brenton Strange. I think it's going to kind of be like this like mosh pit of like 600 to 900 receiving yards.
What do you have Lawrence statted out at?
I have him at 4,100 passing yards, 28 touchdowns, which is good.
That's good, but it's not enough.
All right. Well, it's pretty darn good.
One of the receivers that you talked about plays both sides of the ball, but
I'm a Travis Hunter guy, so I'll be drafting him high.
So now let's think about this. We've got Myers, who's the veteran out of all those 4 guys,
who they traded for, who they thought they needed.
Now you've got BTJ, Hunter, and Parker Washington. They're all young. They're young. That's 4 fucking receivers on one team that could easily go for 800 plus yards in 1 year. 4 all at the same time.
You want to hear the stats that I have for him, Jeff?
Number them up for me, baby.
BTJ, 838 receiving yards. Jacoby Myers, 810. Travis Hunter, 810. Parker Washington, 565.
You have him dropping.
I have him as the 4th.
Is that because you don't think Hunter's going to get hurt this year?
Right. I kind of have them using all 4. And Parker and Jacoby do a lot of the same things. BTJ is that downfield guy, which Trevor Lawrence doesn't throw downfield that much. Here's the thing though. I'm going to own in fantasy every single one of those guys in different leagues in case Trevor Lawrence finds a favorite. Because if Trevor Lawrence finds a favorite, if he decides to lock back in on Brian Thomas, if he decides to lock in on Jacoby Myers, Parker Washington, even Travis Hunter, you could be getting a wide receiver 1. I think from almost any one of those guys.
Now, what I'll say about those Parker Washington numbers, since Parker Washington was the guy that I brought up originally anyways, I don't want to see him have that drop in numbers. I could see it possible if Trevor Lawrence gives him those target opportunities early on in the season and he doesn't do anything with them. That is when I could see that happening.
Yep. Here's the thing though, Jeff. So let's say I'm wrong and Trevor Lawrence throws for 4,600 yards instead of 4,100, which is totally possible. You know, that's 500 extra yards, right? So that could put Parker. You could keep those other 3 guys at the exact stats that I gave him, and that could put Parker over 1,000, or that could put BTJ at 1,300. So I think I took a little bit of a modest approach because I
Do
don't.
you think a receiver can have a breakout year under 1,000 yards?
Oh yeah. It depends on what they did the year before.
I don't think we have an argument here. Then there's no argument there because I don't see him breaking that 1,000. So the reason why I don't see him breaking that, I don't see Hunter breaking that 1,000 either with them, but Myers and BTJ, not in that order. It would be BTJ and then Myers. Those are the two guys that I could see breaking that 1,000 on that team next year.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
The other two are going to be in that 800 range because that's what they're highly capable of. That's the way that I look at it. That's my dad take for the day. Or one of them at least.
So my dad take is that I have 2 Bears on my list. The Bears. And I'm going
one after the other.
Back-to-back Bears, baby. My teams are just going to be all Saints and Bears. Because I am in on those teams. And my pick is Luther Burden. I think this is a popular one because,
I think he
flashed.
Everybody's high on him this year.
Yeah, he
flashed at the end of the season.
Right. He was like losing snaps to Olamide Zaccheaus, which was crazy at the beginning of the season. And then Ben Johnson was like, "Hey, maybe we should use the most talented receiver on our team." And then he was just like killing teams. He was catching 40-yard touchdowns, and they were using them on end arounds. And
you think he's the most talented receiver on that team?
I do. Yeah, talented. Yes. Rome Odunze is a little bit more polished. He's got more size. I would take Luther Burden over Odunze, and I'd probably take him over Loveland too, which might be a hot take.
Was Moore there last year?
DJ Moore was there last year. He's on the Bills now.
I know it, but so you're saying that last season you thought he was more talented than DJ Moore, or?
Yeah.
I mean, he had an underperformed year last year. I do think DJ Moore had a very underperformed year, but you think the talent is still there for this young man?
I think it's there. He just screams upside, and I don't think you could have a breakout conversation without mentioning him. So
100%. I won't disagree with you. I just wanted to see what you were going to say.
Yeah. Is he worth the price in fantasy right now? Maybe not. His price has skyrocketed. I mean, he's like going in like the 4th, 5th round, which is a bit rich for my blood. But he's definitely a breakout candidate. I mean, he's going to overperform what he did last year, which was 650 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And half of that was probably done in the last.
He does not beat that by
half of that was probably done in the last 4 games of the season.
Games. Yeah, 100%. All right, Jeff, what's your next one?
Oh boy! All right, so here we go. Jadarian Price.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. I feel like I could say his name and just leave it at that because everybody already fucking knows that I'm going to say if you've been paying attention. He is an immediate. Oh my God, and I get so fucking excited about this. We said the same thing about Ashton Jeanty when he came in last year, but the offense that he came in last year was not as good as the offense Jadarian Price is coming in on this year. He is the immediate RB1 due to injury. It's okay. Things fucking happen. It's the NFL. There's a lot of shit that goes on. There's a lot of fucking body-on-body contact. Jadarian Price is coming in as a rookie right out of Notre Dame, where he was the RB2 in Notre Dame, which is fucking crazy to even think. And we've talked about it before. Well, 2 running backs that went in the first round of the fucking rookie draft, and they were both from the same fucking team.
Insane.
Fucking nuts. Both
How are they
fucking
not
great
better?
running backs. They both are great fucking running backs. They both had good fucking college careers. I'll put my fucking name on it. Not that anybody else would care about that, but I want to see Jadarian Price come out and put Charbonnet in his place while he's hurt, because I want to see Charbonnet come back from being hurt and fucking try to push so hard that he puts Price back in his place. Those two within that running back room, I think, could do very fucking well together. I think it could put Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet to fucking shame. I really do. Do I think Kenneth Walker was a very large part of that team last year? Yeah, I do. But he had a red zone guy that was younger than he was that stole fucking touchdowns from him because his fucking offensive coordinator knew how good he was. Now, that being said, they don't have that offensive.
Get my Super Bowl MVP's name out of your mouth.
What do you mean?
Ken Walker, stop slandering the dude.
I'm not slandering the dude. I'm just saying that he had offensive touches taken from him in the red zone because the offensive coordinator, who's no longer there anymore, knew how good the guy was that he had there, Charbonnet. Now, this being said, everybody that fucking told their guys to take Price in the draft knows how good Price is. And they know how long he's been waiting to have his breakout and not be in somebody else's shadow. And with Charbonnet being hurt, this is the fucking chance he's got. He's got a huge fucking chance. They're the fucking Super Bowl winners of 2025. And now they've got a rookie as an RB fucking one. This is his chance to fucking show everybody in the goddamn world that he's worth the money that he's going to get and that he's worth exactly where they fucking drafted him. Doesn't matter what number. They drafted him in the first fucking round. If you're worth a first fucking round draft pick and you're worth an RB1 spot in your rookie season, you're going to fucking prove something.
One crazy
I'll eat my hat
thing,
if I'm wrong.
Oh, hey, I'm writing it down. One crazy thing about Jadarian Price is he's going in the 6th round right now. He's going like the 6th, almost 7th round. He's a running back drafted in the 1st round. In past years, running backs drafted in the 1st round go in the 1st or 2nd round of redraft leagues. I mean, it's like every single year, if a running back is taken in the 1st round, they go high.
Don't sleep on my boy. He's the rookie. Yeah, that's the one I'm going on this year. That's my big take from this season. It's going to be Jadarian Price. JP is my guy.
Yeah, he's going to a Super Bowl winning team, so they're going to be playing from ahead, presumably. They love to run the ball. I think it's a slam dunk. I think his draft price is going to go up and up and up and up and up, and I see him settling into like the 3rd round, if I'm being completely honest.
To be honest with you, I like him. I love him. I want some more of him. I think it's going to be a year of, and like 1,000 rushing yards per rookie season. Oh, that's really not a huge take, Jeff. You can do better than that. I want to say more than like 1,100, but I'll stat him at like 1,070 with 10 rushing touchdowns. And the reason why I'm going to put him there is because we don't know when Charbonnet is coming back. And I think they're going to turn into community backs when he gets there because the two of them, I think, will play off of each other's weaknesses. And it's going to be a very exciting year to see what happens with that running back room when it comes to the Seahawks, because I won't say that they're going to fucking push themselves into another Super Bowl, but I will say that they're going to push themselves into another playoff. And it's going to be a very exciting ride there for all NFL fans alike, because seasons that start off with a big question mark in one certain position that's very important to your offensive side, if it goes well, everybody gets fucking excited about it. Everybody. I don't care if you fucking hate the team. Everyone's getting excited.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. So my next breakout, I'm going with Tucker Kraft. And this feels like an easy one for me because he was like starting to have a breakout last year.
You're a tight end guy?
I am a tight end guy, but hey, sue me. So he had a mini breakout last year. He was on track for 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns. So he played 8 games. If he played 16, that's what he would have had, 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns. Which
can we hear what his numbers were in 8 games?
Yeah, his numbers were half of that. So he had 7 touchdowns and 600 yards
in 8 games.
Let me see. Let's see. He had 489 yards and 6 touchdowns in 8 games.
I mean,
so just double that, right? Because if he played 16, I mean that's 1,012, which as a tight end is elite. I mean that puts you with McBride, that puts you with Bowers. That's high end. Now,
if he does that with Reed and Watson on the same team too, that's pretty.
Yeah, there's no reason he can't be the number one target.
Oh man, we're calling him the number one offensive target.
He was last year until he got hurt.
Oh man,
so the big question here is he tore his
ACL. And they lost Josh Jacobs. Oh my god, dude, you might be fucking on to something. Holy shit, I forgot about that. This changes that, and this changes the entire thing for me now.
He tore his ACL, so we'll see if he's healthy coming into the year.
It's true.
If he's healthy, if he's 100% healthy, this guy is guaranteed to be a top 5 tight end. Maybe I'll put him at top 6 because I know you like Fannin. He's guaranteed to be a top 6 tight end.
I mean, listen, if he comes in and he fucking comes off of an ACL and he's fucking doing a ton of fucking work and he puts up numbers that are even close to the 1,012 plus, dude, you can put him at 5. I'll respect it.
The thing about him
just because my boy sat a chieftain down last year. You know what I mean?
That's right. The thing about him is that, like, he doesn't even need to do that. If he does like 808, he's still probably a top 5 or 6 tight end. So it's
I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that.
If he starts slow because of this ACL injury, I'm still buying because I'll take a tight end, a high end tight end 1 down the stretch every day of the week.
Okay.
All right, brother. Talk to me about Jalen Nailor.
Dude, this is the fucking weird one, right? Isn't it a weird one?
I was surprised to see his name.
So he's been in the league for 4 years. He's been on the same team for 4 years, Minnesota Vikings.
Stuck behind some great receivers.
Stuck behind Justin Jefferson and Addison. He's now been traded, or did he move through free agency? Something.
I think
he's on the Vegas Raiders. Who else do they have other than Brock Bowers on the receiving side of the ball?
Jack Besh.
Myers is gone. Besh is young. He's good. I could consider myself a Besh guy. He's young. I don't think he's got really any proof to the pudding yet.
Dante Thornton. Are these names doing it for you?
Is Trey Tucker still in there?
Trey Tucker's still there.
Well,
he's nothing special.
He's only good. He's only good for like 5 or 6 games a year, anyways. He'll take off, and he's a streamer if you're talking fantasy.
Yeah. He's nothing special.
The numbers that I have in front of me right now are that he did 9 receptions with 179 yards his first year with 1 touchdown. He didn't do shit his second year. His third year, he went 28 for 414 with 6. And his fourth year, he went 29 for 444 with 4.
All right, not great.
Not great. But again, 400 yards 2 seasons in a row behind 2 guys that could both get over 1,000. Could. I said could. I didn't say did. One of them did. One of them did not. That being said, going into a wide receiver room where if you have a very good preseason and your practices look great and you're right on with, I'm going to say Mendoza because I think he's probably going to be the one that starts. If you're right on with Mendoza and you've got that quarterback, wide receiver feeling going for you guys, and your friends on the field, everything is great. I think he could jump up into that wide receiver 1 spot, which isn't saying much with Brock Bowers there, but it's saying more than 400 and what was that? His most was 400 and what? His most was 444, which was last year. So it's saying more than 444 yards if he gets that wide receiver 1 spot. That's why I think he's going to be a breakout year for him. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. You can motherfuck me right here. Is it possible to call it a breakout year if your best year out of 4 years is 444 and 444 with 4 touchdowns and you get more than 700 with 8 touchdowns?
So here's a you used a perfect number with 700, because here's a trivia question for you, Jeff. What was the most receiving yards a player had on the Raiders last year?
Was it 700?
It was 696, and it was Trey Tucker, their wide receiver 1. Okay, so granted, it was Geno Smith.
Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see the direction I'm heading in?
If Mendoza turns out to be the real deal, there could be a Robin to Brock Bowers Batman, and it could be Jalen Naylor. But do I feel great about it? No, I don't. So will there be a Raiders wide receiver that I draft in any draft, even in the last round? No.
So
that's my take.
Do you think with? I mean, I'm not saying okay. All right, hear me out fully on this entire fucking thing.
Rock and roll, Jeff. Go for it.
You're saying Trey Tucker is in as their wide receiver 1 right now on the depth chart, correct?
He was last year, and that's what I have him as this year.
What do you, for numbers, what do you have him in for?
I have him for 601 yards.
As their wide receiver 1 and their highest, that's the most yards out of their entire receiver room?
Yep. And then Bowers I have for a shit ton of yards. I have him for 1299.
Okay. Bowers is going to get over 1,000 no matter what this year if he stays healthy. Completely. I agree with that. I do see Naylor doing better than 700 yards. 700 plus. I don't see him going anywhere near 1,000. But we'll say 700 and 900 this year with 8 touchdowns. The reason why I say that is because nobody is expecting a season like that out of him. I'm seeing him take a step forward with a new team. I'm seeing him take a step forward with a new offensive coordinator, and I'm seeing him take a step forward with a quarterback that everybody is expecting the world out of, and I think can fucking hand it to him.
You know, there's something to it. I think Mendoza could show up and be a stud. And if he is, like I said, somebody in that receiving room could step up. Could it be Naylor? Sure. He's a reliable vet, and they paid him a decent amount of money. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like I said, I'm not drafting him, but I'll keep an eye out on the waiver wire. If he gets like 8 or 9 targets week 1, I'll put in a fab bid. I'll try to snag him. All right, my last breakout player, and I'm not going to spend a long time on this guy because it's a very, very short conversation, is Kalon Black. I think he could be a high-end handcuff to CMC. And we've talked about CMC getting hurt. It's a risk, and it's why both of us are fading him. So why not draft his backup? And Kalon Black was drafted in the 3rd round.
It's got nothing to do with the fucking grudges that we hold. Nothing to do with the fact that we hold grudges. Not at all. Not at all.
We hold grudges. Yeah, so I mean that's the long and the short with Kalon Black. I think if CMC goes down, somebody's got to carry the ball. It's a good offense. Why not him?
He's definitely the man that could do it. He's definitely the man that probably should do it in that running back room right now. I don't think if CMC gets hurt, they're not going community back because they haven't.
They never do. They give somebody the workload.
They give somebody the workload completely. And I think he would be the guy to do it as well. I like him. I wouldn't put him as a breakout this year because fuck the 49ers. But I just that's just my take on that. We're going to skip right over everything else, and we're going to go to my last guy. I'm not going to talk much about him because he's on the defensive side, and a lot of people are like, IDP, what the fuck is that? It's the greatest thing in the world. You should try it, bitch. So Sonny Styles is going to be the guy that I go to last. And the reason why I have him there is because taken in the 1st round by a team that loves defense, I think he's going to have a fucking breakout year for fantasy, and I would. Now, for fantasy, a breakout year for fantasy, which means he's going to have a great fucking NFL season as well. I think he's getting over 100 fucking fantasy points this year.
You know, I don't see why not.
Why the fuck not? He's got He's got the talent. He's got the background. He's got the push. He's got the drive. And he's got the fucking head on his shoulders to push him straight forward. And he's on a team that needs him to do it.
Yep. He's stepping into Bobby Wagner's shoes.
Lined up perfectly for him already.
Yeah, he's stepping into Bobby Wagner's shoes. So he's and the thing that I love about him is he's got the highest athleticism score for a linebacker in NFL draft history. So he's going to be chasing people all over the field. He's going to be racking up tackles, even if he doesn't have the cleanest game. I love Sonny Styles and fight me for him, Jeff, because I'm drafted him. So
he's got that fucking superhero name, Sonny Styles, man. I'm all fucking for it.
Name. And his brother also got drafted by the Cowboys.
His brother got drafted. I didn't even know he fucking had a brother. See, these are fucking. This is news. This is news to me. I love it.
I might be wrong on the Cowboys,
drafted
but
in the same year. That's fucking awesome.
I think the third round too, high, and his athleticism stats were also off the charts. So,
dude,
Styles brothers for the wins.
There's something in the water in that household. I fucking love it. Can't get enough.
All right, so let's rapid fire some fantasy would you rathers. Just take these in any way you want to take them. You just got to pick one and give you a reason why. All right, first, would you rather have a high risk, high reward player like CMC, or have two boring players like Derrick Henry and Javonte Williams?
Did you say boring?
Boring vets who are going to go for 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns. I mean, it's nice, but
boring.
It's not 450 touches like CMC
had. Calling it. Oh my God.
I put it this way, Jeff. If you had CMC, would you take a trade offer for Derrick Henry and Javonte Williams?
Both?
Yeah, 2 for 1.
Still take it.
All right. Would you rather? For the record, I would also take Derrick Henry and Javonte Williams. Would you rather?
Who the fuck wouldn't? Who the fuck would? You know what? I'm holding. My grudge is coming out of me right now. I apologize. The grudge lives. But in all reality, if you're getting dude, we could do an entire fucking hour-long podcast and it wouldn't even be shitting on CMC. Because if you're getting, you know what?
All right, let's change it a little bit then, Jeff. Let's make it a little bit harder. How about Javonte Williams and David Montgomery, starting running back for the Houston Texans?
David Montgomery for the
Javonte Williams and David Montgomery.
Williams had a great fucking year last year.
Yeah, really good.
But if CMC comes out on fucking top, oh my God. All right, so you know what? That changes things. I'd probably end up. God fucking damn it, my grudge. Ugh. I'd probably stick with CMC at that point.
Okay.
Derrick Henry is the changeover. He's the changeover.
I mean, that's a big drop. That's from a third round player to like a 6th round player. So I get it, but hey, I wanted to see how far you'd go. Okay. Would you rather, Jeff, leave your draft with Brock Bowers or punt tight end completely and take a player like Chigakonkwo in the last round and then end up with like a 2nd round running back?
All right, so Chig is a guy that I've used before, and I did not use him in good situations because the defense that he was up against was a very strong defense, and he's a very not strong tight end. So, I would probably leave my draft with Brock Bowers on that one.
Yeah, I'll take Chig. I'll take Chig in a 2nd round running back. You know, I like the punt tight end this year, and I'm only taking Bowers if he falls. So I'm only taking him.
I don't see Chig ever getting over 600 yards in a season.
I think he may already have.
Did he? If he did.
No, he did not. You were right.
I'll eat my words.
I'll eat my humble pie on that one. His career high is 560. I haven't beaten 600 this year for sure.
You think
All right.
You think Cam Ward's going to use? It's a story for a different day. We'll talk about.
No, Chig is now on the Commanders, Jeff.
He's on the Commanders.
Yeah, new team.
That changes things a little up. For me. I still don't like him, so I'll stick with my answer.
Jeff holds grudges. All right.
Jeff holds grudges, baby.
I already know the answer to this one, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna skip it. All right, here's another one. Would you rather have your crystal ball and know which running backs are going to get hurt this year, or have the RB1 guaranteed on your roster?
Know which running backs are going to get hurt this year.
I feel like that's would be a cheat code because you could just scoop their
backup. having the RB1 overall guaranteed does not fucking mean you're going to do shit in fantasy.
I mean, it kind of does.
What if the rest of your team is he who must not be named?
Well, if the rest of your team is human, it must not be named. It doesn't matter if you know who's going to get hurt also.
Respect.
Yeah, you got to have a good team no matter what. All right.
Respect.
Would you rather get 15 points every single week from one player, or get half of a player whose half of their games is 25 plus and half of their games is 8 and less?
This one I feel like it matters about the position, but I'm going to go 15 points every week from one player.
What if it's wide receiver?
Oh, fuck yeah, 15 points every week, because then you've got an Eric Decker when he was on the fucking Jets, and man, oh man, that was a dick hard season from him.
Yeah, I'll take the 25 plus. I want that week winning upside. And if I know that's what I have, I could fill out my roster with some more boring players, but I like having that firecracker on my team. On every team that I have, I need one or two of them.
It's a firecracker when you have 5 weeks under 8 points.
It's a firecracker when you get to 25 plus.
Are you thinking 12-man league, or are you thinking 10 or 8?
I don't really care.
You don't. There's no fucking way you would do that in an 8-man league. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I would.
Oh my god, dude. All right.
Try me.
Move on to the next one, you fucker. Right. Jesus Christ.
Would you rather? And I know you're going to say, so we're going to put some players to the test. Start wide receiver.
Yeah.
Or RB. And I'm going to put a qualifier on it. This is a 3 wide receiver, 1 flex league, 2 running back.
2 running back, 1. Okay, 2 running back, 1 flex.
All right. Would you rather start wide receiver, all wide receivers, or all running backs for the first 3 rounds?
Oh fuck. Oh god, I'm gonna go running back, and you knew that was already gonna happen.
See, I'm in the same boat. I love starting with running backs, but let's just put some names to the test. If you start running back, you may end up with a team like Ashton Jeanty, Devon Achane, Travis Etienne, and your receivers will be Egbuka, Mike Evans, Cardinal Tate. I picked guys you like on purpose.
Yep.
If you start with all wide receivers, you might end up with JSN, Drake London, Chris Olave, and your running backs will be Judkins, Scadaboo, and Price.
Oh my god, dude! See now, fuck you for using players that I like on both sides. Oh my god, dude. That's dangerous. I'd still probably go fucking running backs. I honestly really would. And the reason being is because it's not like we always say, if you're going to go with your guy, you're going to go with your guy. It's the same thing with your position. I'm a running back guy through and through. And if I'm going to go running back, I'm going to go fucking running back because it's where my safety net is. It's where I feel happiest. And if I end up having a bad year, hey, at least I got my guys.
I'm in the same boat. When I did this exercise, I actually liked my team better when I did wide receiver. I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm going to take running backs. So
yeah, it's my Achilles heel. It really is.
It's a sickness. It's a
especially
sickness.
that early on. Especially that early on in the draft.
All right. Would you rather, Jeff, have Josh Allen or Jared Goff plus a third round wide receiver? We'll say plus Olave.
I'll say Jared Goff. I will.
I'm really torn on this one.
Reason being?
Josh Allen just scores so many more points than every other quarterback.
He does, but look at who Jared Goff is playing with.
Yeah. I have them projected to score 90. Yeah.
He's got a wide receiver that's going to go over 1,000. And he's got a running back. Huh? Maybe two. Maybe two. And he's got a running. Oh, my God. 2 wide receivers that could go over 1,000. He's got a fucking tight end that could get near, if not over 1,000.
That offense could be juicy.
And he's got a fucking running back that's going to go 600 to 700.
Jared Goff over under 2 rushing yards next year.
You know what? I'm going to say over, but I'm only going to say over because he's going to get tackled forward, not backwards.
I'm taking the under. That's the negative for Goff. He ain't getting you shit on the ground. All right, let's go right into predictions. I want you to make an MVP prediction, Jeff. You can't pick Josh Allen.
Caleb Williams.
Hey, that's an exciting one. You know, I'm going to pick Justin Herbert. And the reason being, I don't have him as like some insane fantasy finisher. I just think the Chargers are going to have like 15 or 16 wins. So I'm taking the quarterback of the best team in the NFL. So I'm taking.
That's a confident decision, but it's also a very popular one. People are really high on the Chargers already this year.
Yeah, and I'm joining that bandwagon. They have a great team.
I can't say you're wrong. So
all right, defensive player of the year, Jeff.
Defensive player of the year.
You can't pick Myles Garrett.
No Myles Garrett. Defensive player of the year. No Myles Garrett. God, I want to go defensive back badly, real bad, but I'm gonna control myself, and I won't. And defensive player of the year, I'll go fucking.
2 years ago, Pat Surtain won it as a corner. So D-backs do win it.
Yeah, I just don't know.
It's usually sack guys though. Aaron Donald, J.J. Watt, T.J. Watt.
Yeah, you know what? We'll go fucking Sonny Styles.
Sonny Styles, rookie middle linebacker. You're taking a rookie middle linebacker as your defensive player of the year?
Take him hot or take him not, dude.
Well, that's a point for me. All right. Offensive rookie of the year. This one might be boring, but who's it going to be?
I'm fucking right off the rip. Right off the rip, dude.
I typed it in before Jeff even answered.
So offensive rookie of the year, you would think I wanted to say Love, but you already have him in there.
Yeah, you could copy me. We can use the same answer.
There's so much going on with fucking Jordan Tyson and Carnell Tate. It's hard to say no to either one of them. But then you've got Love, you've got Price. There's fucking, who's that tight end that the Jets picked up?
Kenyon Sadiq.
Sadiq is fucking. People are high on him this year. I'm not going to say Rookie of the Year high, but you know what? Fuck it. Put Jeremiah Love in there.
Hey, okay.
Put him in there.
Yeah. That's a safe bet. He's going to finish the year strong, and he's a hell of a player.
I think he's going to, if he's not the RB1 at the beginning of the year, I think he's going to be RB1 directly after the 7th or 8th game of the season. I really do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to include injuries in that. I'll just include downright outplaying.
Yeah. And then last but not least, let's go coach of the year.
Harbaugh.
You're going right for Harbaugh. Okay.
Right off the rip. And it's not just because I'm a Giants fan, it's because I think so now in the back of my mind, the only reason why the Ravens got rid of him was because he never won a fucking Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
And I think he's not necessarily going to win the Super Bowl this year, but I think he's going to make the Giants look like they're here to play. And I do like that. I like a guy that came from something and is going to take nothing and make it something. So I'm in the Harbaugh boat. Let's go, baby.
He's the betting odds favorite. He's going to a pretty darn good situation. It's crazy to me that he and Jesse Minter, the new Ravens head coach, are the two best odds to win coach of the year. I mean, it's like if Harbaugh were so good, then why weren't the Ravens better? Injury, I get it, but I don't know about that. I think the Giants might stumble out of the gate. They have a tough schedule. Neighbors is hurt.
I think they're going to stumble, but there's going to be Harbaugh's got tricks up his sleeve no matter where he is.
Yeah, if they get 10 wins, I think he'll win coach of the year. I just don't have him getting 10 wins. So I'm going to pick Ben Johnson, Bears. If they rattle off, so I'll pick Ben Johnson, Bears, or I'll take Jim Harbaugh. He'll be my backup pick for those Chargers. But Ben Johnson, Bears, if they take another step forward, if they win the division again, I could definitely see them giving him the coach of the year. All right. That'll do it for Fantasy Dad Duo. Thanks for joining us and peace out.
Have a good night, guys.